I just listened to a little video by journalist Tim Pool talking about overpopulation, and global warming, and I don't know, all sorts of different stuff, kind of the end of the world, and he did a little joke about Alex Jones being gone from YouTube, and who will save us now that Alex Jones is gone. Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. So it's a little background on what I'm going to talk about. I am Matthew, author, artist, and commentator, and these are my offhand remarks on Tim Pool and his second channel. So Tim Pool's a journalist, YouTube guy. He's been doing it for a while. He used to work for Fusion, which was owned by Univision and ABC. I don't know if it's still owned by ABC, and now it's called the Splinter Network or something like that. And anyway, he left there for various reasons. He thought he would do better on his own, and didn't like the way they were going and how they were going to be pushing their journalists and their coverage to basically pander to a certain group. And anyway, so I discovered him, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago at the most. I guess he started doing coverage of Occupy Wall Street, or he said Occupy, and he's from south side of Chicago for the most part, so I don't know where he was living, but the guy travels all the time, and looks like he stays with friends or has friends stay with him sometimes. And he talks about, he's the guy who works really hard, and kind of talks about, being good with your money and being smart and having a plan for all the things that you want to do. And I think at the beginning of 2017, he started doing a daily blog, and I think it was every day at 4 p.m. Eastern time, he would put out a video where he's talking about things in the news and whatever, aside from his on-the-ground coverage that he would do, going to different events, different areas where things were happening. He's traveled all around the world, done a bunch of stuff. But right now I wish I had a better term for this, because this is a family-friendly channel here that I'm running with Luminous Beings Books. But he has a secondary channel because he got banned for a while off of YouTube for some cockamamie reason, and I think YouTube was unjustified, and they reinstated him, and everything's all good now, I guess, between him and YouTube. I don't know. But anyway, he had this other channel, and he was really mad, and he took his anger and frustration, and he turned it into something, I think, really wonderful. And what he's done since he got that strike a couple months ago is he was really focused. Well, he doesn't necessarily do it every single day, but multiple days a week he's doing multiple videos on his secondary channel, which he calls a junk posting channel, a trash posting I don't know how to translate that phrase that I don't really understand anyway. Whatever. He puts stuff up there that doesn't really matter, that he doesn't have to really research, that he can talk in an off-the-cuff manner. Might remind you of something else. Anyway, I thought that was pretty inspiring. I thought it was cool. And he said, I'm reading news stories anyway. I'm getting bugged by some of them. Some of them are causing me to think about things, and instead of just stewing about it. And he basically said, like, he was encountering things every day, multiple times a day, as he was reading through the news, as a journalist does. But maybe each different thing wasn't enough to come up with its own long-form video discussion where he could do some analysis and commentary. And he likes to do fact-based journalism as well, for the most part. Not a lot of fake news coming from Tim Pool, although he gets things wrong sometimes, or either reaches wrong conclusions or has wrong opinions. But typically when he makes a factual error, he will correct it as soon as possible, and he'll do it in a following video. And he'll say, "Oh, guys, I was wrong about this last time, and somebody pointed out to me, and I just wanted to let you know, and I'm correcting that now." So anyway, but yeah, so he basically started this commentary channel where he gets to just kind of have fun and be loose about what he does, and it's way more his opinion, and he like cusses on there and everything because he's not worried about his stuff on there being demonetized. But I think it's been really helpful for him. I don't know his numbers or anything, but I've really enjoyed that commentary side of him, and it honestly kind of inspired me to do offhand remarks, and even I was a little bit inspired by some of the structure of his videos. When he does news videos, he'll straight out say what the news is in like the first minute to 2 minutes, and then after that he will go ahead and dive deeper into the story, give context, and do some analysis on what the news is. Because you know, if you're doing real news, and I did news for a very, very short time for a libertarian site, and a very small site, but I reported on some things, and I kind of felt bad because my articles weren't longer, and the guy running it he didn't have a problem with the length of my articles, but I just felt like, you know, some newspapers, they've got these huge, huge long stories, and you know, as I thought about it, those news columns or news stories are sometimes really padded out, and honestly, you can typically get the news in a few sentences, if not a single sentence, depending on what it is. Of course, context matters, and sometimes you'd miss context if you don't have all that extra information. But like I said, I'm pretty inspired by what Tim Pool's doing on his secondary channel. I'll just stick with that for now, because he's able to say, hey, I want to talk about this, and then he does it, and it's interesting. And if I had more time, he does YouTube as a profession. If I had more time, I'd probably do a lot more offhand remarks, but I was originally going to do 5 a week, and then I realized that's a little too ambitious for me, and I don't have that kind of time, so I'm doing what I can. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that. I have a little document where I put down what these offhand remarks are, and like some of the canning of it for the formula, so I can say it right every time. And I just have like notes and stuff to help guide me through. Sorry. I consult those, and I throw in different topics in there that I want to talk about. I won't go over some of the others that I want to discuss right now, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I don't know if you've checked out these offhand remarks. What do you think about them? What do you like? Do you think this is cool? Do you think I'm enough of a commentator that I could just do this stuff as a main thing, and you'd be interested enough to listen in a lot of the time, or watch the videos, depending on, you know, sometimes I have it be basically audio only, and sometimes I have an image up there or video up there instead. Just kind of depends on what I can do at the time. Anyway, so let me know what you think, and let me know if you like this, and if I'm too rambly. This one basically had no structure other than I knew I was going to be talking about Tim Pool, and I don't know, not much to say. Not much to say. Entertaining guy, seems really smart, and I like the work he does. So, anyway, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can watch every video as it becomes available. Thank you so much for your time. If you enjoy my work, please give it a like and share it. If you'd like to chat, hit me up in the comments or tweet me at RC_Moon, M-U-N.